Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Shazam, issue number 14. I know that there's still one more issue coming up, but it's by a different writer, so I'm going to have to say this is the last issue of the actual run. I'm going to get the next issue because, completionist, but, oh man, this was just so good. It was a thicker than usual comic, too. I think this one was a 32-pager, but it was definitely bigger, definitely a lot more in it. This is amazing. Plus, also, yeah, there's not the main cover. The main cover actually had Superboy and a giant package on the front. And no, I'm not talking about from Amazon. Anyway, guys, let's get talking about who made this comic book. We'll get into the story itself. Writer was Jeff Johns. The artists, Dale Eaglesham for the first 5 pages, and then Scott Collins for the remainder of the pages, 30 pages total. Colors by Michael Altea and letters by Rob Light. Cover by Dale Eaglesham and Michael Altea, and the variant cover, this one, by Dale Keown. Shazam was created by Bill Parker and C.C. Beck. So we get the final battle between the Shazam family, Billy Batson's Marvel family, and the Monster Society. Superboy Prime shows up also, and you are going to follow along easy peasy lemon squeezy if you already know about all of the characters involved in this. Not the Monster Society, but Superboy Prime and all that stuff. Like, case in point, realistically, it's explained even in the comic. It's such a well-written comic book. It's even explained in the comic that he doesn't have a weakness to magic, but he can still be hurt to magic. I know there are people out there who are like, no, Superman doesn't have a weakness to magic. And not only does he have a weakness of magic, but his skin doesn't protect him from anything, so, magically related. So, that's definitely a weakness. It's not just a kink in the armor. It's an actual weakness to magic. Superboy Prime does not have that weakness, but it is still going to hurt him. So this is an advantage that they really have to press, the Marvel family. But the fight doesn't even happen until a little bit later, because we've still got to figure out Billy Batson versus Mr. Mind. Now, one of the reasons why, first off, really quick, it's going to be important to understand that during this fight, Billy is casting magical spells. Where did he learn the magic? We'll read the previous for that. But Mr. Mind points out, I've studied the Book of Eternia for, at the magical book at the Rock of Eternia for forever. Rock of Eternia? Why am I saying Eternia? That's He-Man. What the hell am I doing? The Rock, I'll remember it after this video goes over. In the meantime, he's been studying all this stuff forever, right? So, hey. But then all of a sudden, Billy's able to cast some magic, and he's still able to overcome. Why? One of the abilities of Shazam is the Wisdom of Solomon. Now, the way that the Wisdom of Solomon is typically portrayed, and it's typically always been portrayed, and seems to have crossed over even through the New 52, like prior to New 52 and till today, post-Rebirth, is the idea that the Wisdom of Solomon represents an eidetic memory. He has what's typically called a photographic memory. So if he reads something, he remembers it. Done. Now, he's not going to have the formal training of a master, sitting at the feet of a master and doing all this stuff. So it's going to be fairly minor spells for the most part, but he still got those spells because of his eidetic memory. Bang. That wasn't really explained, but I love that it was used. So that just had me like, yes! Of course we know Johns knows any character he's going to write, particularly Shazam in this particular case, right? But holy crap, it is awesome. Then there's the battle against Superboy Prime. And I had to keep on reminding myself, it has to end in this issue, right? It has to. Because that's the final issue that Johns is going to write of this series. Unfortunately, it did end in this issue, but it was still a pretty good. I would have liked to have seen another issue or an entire issue devoted to the fight. Because, it's Superboy Prime. And to just see the Shazam family versus Superboy Prime, and that's all right, we got it. Meanwhile, Superboy Prime is event-level threat. Like crisis level threat. You kind of get what I'm saying? Anyway, I still liked this. I did still like this. Superboy Prime was massively nerfed in this, man. Cannot be emphasized enough, but I still really like this issue. Ah, man, this was good because it was really heartfelt. Plus, you see a certain team up in this one that really had me like, oh crap, of course he's going to do this. Why wouldn't he do this? And I love that he's doing this. So you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And the ending of this book, the final page, the whole pineapple pizza thing, by the way, F pineapple pizza, but I'm looking at this and it's like, dude, wow. So that's Jeff Johns' vision for the future of the Shazam family. Zero complaints. And it's perfect, isn't it? When you think about it. Like Totino, whatever, Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious movies. It's about family. That's what I'm talking about. It's about family, huh? I really like this comic book. This was a fantastic issue. Loved it. I am going to make one complaint, and I hope that nobody takes this, any differently than I expected it to be. But, Superboy Pro, all this stuff, it's really beautiful book, man. Like the pages inside, a lot of really amazing stuff. No, he's not trying to rub one off. He just, turned from a tiger into, full tawny. He's trying to hide his nudity. That hunched over thing looks like. Yeah. Anyway, don't want to show. I want to show at least one more picture. I just don't want to show anything spoilerific. Anyway, a lot of really good stuff in this comic book. But as good as the art was in here, I really do wish they could have just let Dale Eaglesham finish the story. Look, how many years did they wait to allow Jason Fabok to finish the Three Jokers? And now that we got the Three Jokers, look at the art in the Three Jokers. They had time to go back and retouch it up and everything, bruh. And it's amazing, and people flipping out over Three Jokers. And I think that this would have been a really good book to let Eaglesham finish all the pages. He's an extremely slow artist, but look at the results of it. No disrespect to who finished the book. I can't remember his name. Collins. No disrespect to Collins in this. His name should be right here. Scott Collins. No disrespect. It's beautiful art. But, you know what I mean when I say somebody starts something. Usually, you want to let them finish it, right? Especially with just the art style and everything that got us into this comic book in the first place. So, a little bit of moratorium for the idea that we're losing Eaglesham on this. But it is what it is. Anyway, it's the only way I think that this book could have been any better, besides making it like an 80-page issue, which I probably wouldn't have had a problem with. I know that the physical print of comic books is falling apart, and Jim Lee, who's in charge, not a very good decision on his part, in my opinion, but it is what it is, that he's trying to get rid of the actual physical copies of everything but Batman, pretty much, and everything is just going to go straight to digital. Well, to be honest, I would not have wanted to collect this or anything else on digital, so it looks like I'll just be getting one comic book a month from DC, if Batman's the only one they're going to be keeping. But that's just the way it works for me. Anyway, guys, I'm out, and I will talk to all of you guys later. I really love this comic book. Watch an ad, like the video. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.